Yep, so 11:22. Boy, oh boy, 11:22. Okay, it was a heater, all right? I said it a lot, but this is, I mean it this time. I don't want to waste any time. Let's just get into this because there's some pretty monumental shit going down in this chapter. So to start out, we see Buggy with his charismatic ass hyping up all of his cock riders. If you look hard enough in the crowd, you'll find me somewhere. Little Easter egg that Oda put in for me. I just love to see what Buggy has become, okay? It's a beauty to see. He's legitimately a great fucking leader, even if he's faking it. He knows what a good leader looks like. He's been around a bunch of them. Oh, and for whatever reason, the turning moment in the same page with Buggy, for Koby to become like this weird villain type of character, it happens here, okay? But I'm not too sure how. He came to the conclusion that he needs to stop Luffy after hearing all of this terrible shit about the world government, and the first thing he wants to do is take down the guy who wants to get rid of it, like Luffy of all people, not fucking Blackbeard. Nobody like that. You want to take down Luffy. It's kind of weird, but I get Koby has to become like a rival or villain for Luffy, the Garp that Roger, or Garp to Roger that, you know, Koby has to be the Garp to, you know what I'm trying to say. He's got to become that at some point. It was just weird that it happened here, in my opinion. The one thing I am slightly disappointed that didn't happen in this chapter was another Zoro versus Venus clash did not happen. We kind of got blue-balled by something that happens later, but this shit would have been hard if it would have happened. But yeah, we see that Emeth pretty much confirms that Luffy and Joy Boy aren't the same person, so I think all those stupid time travel theories are in the mud, which I'm pretty thankful for, because that would have been pretty fucking stupid. He only thought he was Joy Boy because they both have the same fruit, and Gear 5, and Luffy has a D or whatever, and Joy Boy might have a D or has something to do with a D. Similarities seem to end there, though, and yeah, they look pretty similar. Emeth says that he failed to make Joy Boy king, which is just a weird-ass statement. I'm gonna assume he means king as in, like, the position that Imu currently holds or something similar to it. I don't really know. I don't think he's talking about Pirate King. And then Emeth undoes this little knot and it lets out a shitload of Joy Boy's hockey, and it's so fucking ridiculous that it takes the Gorosei out of their forms and sends their ass packing back home. Joy Boy is either top 1 of all time, or he has some type of counter for whatever the Gorosei's power is, because nobody else really seemed that affected by it other than the Gorosei, which I find a little odd. Like, yeah, it knocked out random fucking Navy grunts, but if it can completely take out the Gorosei out of their forms, I expect, like, at bare minimum, like, some Straw Hats getting knocked out. Even somebody like Sanji or Jinbei's type of caliber getting fucking slumped by that shit. And then I had a good bit of fun watching this little bit of Imu screaming like a bitch in the little butterfly room, getting PTSD from Joy Boy. And now, somehow, some way, Saturn is fine from this. I mean, he's back in his human form, but he did not leave Egghead, so I'm gonna assume he's gonna take out Emeth here. And we finally get our first ever Joy Boy silhouette that isn't pretty much Gear 5. And all I can say from what we got is he looks like Onigashima Raid Luffy. He's got the cape and the straw hat, and he appears to be a normally sized person. He just looks like Shanks, essentially. He's got like the pants. He's just Shanks and Luffy, pretty much. I did see a lot of people pointing out that he seems to have a peg leg, which would go pretty hard considering nobody of importance has one in this fucking story. You know, no shots at Shiki here, but Shiki fucking sucks. And he does seem to have a funky looking right hand, but it could be the angle, could be something to look out for. Some people were saying that it's a robot hand since, like, the past was more futuristic and shit. I don't really know, but I think it could possibly be the angle, though. I think that's what I'm gonna be betting on. And I'm gonna assume that Joy Boy is gonna be the eye patch guy Oda has been hyping up for the past, like, 20 years. So yeah, a pretty big revelation to this chapter. We see fucking Joy Boy's silhouette, which is insane, and that really only leaves like one thing that needs to be done in this arc, and that's the death of Emeth. Once that is done, we are on our way to Elbaf, and I feel like this death will result in him fucking exploding and blowing up all of Egghead, or at least everything on the ground of Egghead, not like the lab or anything like that. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know what's really going on next week. It sounds like 11:23 is like dropping, but not officially. I don't know. We'll see. I think there's going to be a video for 11:23 next week. But yeah.